Hello there. Okay, so we're going to do another test, but I've actually put the listening vocabulary and reading vocabulary together. So just to make sure that you're across all of that. So as you can see, I've got the schedule up for this week. So we should be here the 28th doing listening and reading vocab. However, as we scroll down, you can see we've got another week and then this beautiful red. And these are for the listening skills test as well as your reading skills test. So this is the second last test. We'll have another test after that, and you need to know all of that information, all of those words off by heart, and hopefully that will get you a good overall mark. Okay, so here we go. Here's my test. Okay. It is not sharing it. Okay, so as usual, make sure that you've got the name up the top, and then we're going to start looking at our word close. As usual, I will go through it. You need to finish the questions, and then we're going to go through the answers as a group, as usual, swapping with your partner. So word close, the words are diagnosed, tobacco, convinced, carcinogen, vulnerable, and genetics. I was so worried that I had cancer. When I was young, I smoked, which is also there was cancer in my family, so I knew it was in so I was more to getting sick. However, it's important to wait to be by a doctor. So if you would like to pause the video just to get it, but I'll give you a minute to see if you can fill those out for me. Okay, if you do need longer, as usual, please feel free to pause just so you can complete those. And as usual, please complete it by yourself. If you're copying someone, you're really just failing yourself. Reason being, if you don't know these words, it's going to have a negative impact on that final outcome of your test. All right, definition match. We have genome, phenomenon, thriving, subliminal, and liver. And the definitions: organ that filters blood, prosperous and growing, doing well, complete set of DNA. So what is a complete set of DNA? Fact or situation thought to exist or happen, but unsure of what caused it. Affecting the mind without the person knowing. As usual, I'll give you a minute to see if you can finish those, but as usual, you can also press pause if you need a little bit extra time. Okay. Sentence match, comprehensive, proposal, invested, indoctrination, infections, relocated, and embedded. I was impressed with the idea, so I accepted there. It wasn't a very nice town, so because it was a great idea, lots of money. It was a complete plan. It was very because she didn't wash regularly, she got a lot of skin. Religious organizations and cults use to make their followers follow their rules. She really believed it. It was an idea that it was deeply in her conscious. Okay, now for the fun one. Yay! So this will probably take you a couple of minutes to go through. I'm sure that you've done these before in your Chinese school. So you can see each of these lines have either a 1, so I have a number at the start. So if it's going across, if it's going across, you see these are the hints or the clues for the word. And if it's going down, these are the hints or the clues for a word. For instance, if it's 2 down, we know that it's 4 letters and it says allows me to breathe. So 4 letters and it allows me to breathe. Now, I won't do this next week, but this week I'm actually giving you all of the words that fit into this crossword puzzle. Okay, so we've got all of the words here that fit into the crossword puzzle, and you just need to put which word fits in where. So it gives you a couple of things. For instance, tells you how many letters there are. Number 4, for instance, says cancer causing. So which of these words mean cancer causing and have that many letters in it? So I'm going to give you, I'd like you to pause this, and if the teacher can give you maybe 10 minutes to complete it, and then we can go back and we'll go through all of the answers. So please press pause, allow yourselves 10 minutes to complete this. After 10 minutes, I'd like you to stop. If there's no teacher in there with you, maybe if someone can press pause for me, that would be wonderful. I'm going to stop for just 1 minute while you press pause, and then we'll move on to the answers. Okay, here we go. So, I was so worried. I was convinced. That I had cancer. When I was young, I smoked tobacco, very bad, which is a carcinogen. Also, there was cancer in my family, so I knew it was in my genetics. So I was more vulnerable to getting sick. However, it's important to wait to be diagnosed by a doctor. Okay, so moving on to the next part, which is the definition match. An organ that filters the blood is the liver. Prosperous and growing, doing well. This means that it is thriving. A complete set of DNA is a genome. A fact or situation thought to exist or happen, but unsure of what caused it, is a phenomenon. And finally, subliminal is affecting the mind without the person knowing. So subliminal. So you should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get out of 6 here. We've got 2, 4, 5 here. We're counting correctly. You never know. So out of 5, this section here. Okay. I was so impressed with the idea, so I accepted their proposal. It wasn't a very nice town, so we relocated. Because it was a great idea, I invested lots of money. It was a complete pain. It was a complete, I keep reading that wrong. It was a complete plan. It was very comprehensive. So comprehensive and huge detailed plan. Because she didn't wash regularly, she had lots of skin infections. Always important to have a nice wash. Religious organizations and cults use indoctrination, okay, to make their followers follow their rules. So it's how to kind of influence someone. She really believed it. It was an idea that was deeply embedded in her conscious. So deeply embedded in her conscious. So this one's 2, 4, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 7 for this one, okay? Okay, moving back down. Right, so 1 across, humans, dogs and cats are all mammals. Okay, so 1 across is mammals. Cancer causing, which is 4, so here, is a carcinogen. A carcinogen is cancer causing. Something can influence someone to do or think something is that they can persuade them or were persuaded. They keep their young in their pouch. Everyone knows this one is a marsupial. Don't like change is someone that is conservative. These ones are active at night. You guys know this one is nocturnal. And the person who leads a church is known as the preacher. Finally, something that allows me to breathe nice and easy is the lungs. Something that's not staying the same or doesn't do the same thing over and over again. It means that they're very inconsistent. Something increase the amount of different things is to diversify. And the ability to use, all alone would be vulnerable. And ability to use the brain is cognitive, okay? So this will be out of 12. So you've got a final of out of 30, okay? So what do we get out of 30? Please send on through your marks. Hopefully you've got 29 out of 30 or even 30 out of 30. As I said, this is the second last test before we actually have both the reading skills test and the listening skills test. So it's extremely important that you know and understand these words. As usual, get in contact with me if you're not sure of anything. Thank you very much for your hard work. You do have the rest of the class to study and complete the work that I've given you previously. Thanks very much, and I will see you in the next class.